I'm guessing there are some listening today who think they just aren't like you. I mean, obviously, your enthusiasm is contagious. You're fantastic, and you are looking to grow and help your students love this. Or maybe we're talking to an administrator who thinks, well, the math teacher at my school isn't like you, which of course they aren't. We're all different. We
Right.
get that. And maybe the math experience at their school just isn't, or they're thinking it couldn't be as successful as the experience you're giving your students. Maybe they're wondering about that secret sauce or what they could do to improve their math class. This is a big question.
Sure.
But what would you say makes a good math teacher? Is there something?
So to those who would be giving that pushback, it is scary. It is scary. You see these experts, which no one would say they're an expert anyways. We really talk to them. And I can never be like that. I think one thing is, are you willing just to take the next step? That's not scary. What is just one thing we can do to improve? And I've lived that. So I am just like little steps away from where I've started. Okay, here's what makes a good math teacher. Number one, you know the God of the word and you trust it. You believe it, and your students know that you believe it. Know your God and know your subject as much as you can by his grace. Do what you can do, and don't try to mimic, copy someone. God has called us to each position and stage of life where we are. Trust him in that and say, God, use me. We're all broken, needy people. Last time I checked, he uses the weak things for his
Absolutely.
glory.
That's true. So true. And I like what you said very first, just be willing to take the next step. I mean, that's so true. I think especially in math and maybe in science, even history, some people my husband's one who he knows his history, like he knows his battles and what affected what and who fought. And I just think, that is so far beyond me. Like I can't even keep those dates in my head. Same thing with math. Like you tend to look at those who might be seen as the experts and things. I can't be that. But I love how real you are in this. And I love your recommendation. Just take the next step. How can you grow? One, know your God, but two, have a passion for what you're doing. But just take that next step. What's an area you can grow and be a real learner, just like the students are. We ask them to do hard things every day. We say that on the show quite a bit. We ask them to do hard things every day. We need to do hard things too. Just keep growing and keep learning. That was perfect. Okay, last question. There are a lot of listeners who maybe, listening right now that aren't math teachers. So this question is maybe a little more broad. You grew up in Christian education and now you're back teaching where you graduated from. You are obviously very invested in Christian education and have had a lot of years in Christian education. Yet with all those years, you are still passionate. You're still excited about it. So I wondered as we close out today, what are you most passionate about as a Christian educator?
Yeah. I want my students to live the Psalm 1 life. I want them to have that blessed life. I tell my students all the time, I do not care, and this sounds terrible, I do not care about your grades. I care that you know this God. And if you can see him, then we're going to hear, well done, good and faithful servant. You're going to forget what grade you got on that math test in how long? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, months. So my biggest passion is that they live that blessed life to delight in God, to know that he alone can satisfy their hearts because they have so many voices. They have so many voices and they're loud and they're constant.
Enjoyed this short clip? That was just a sneak peek into a full episode on the Teacher Edition podcast. We are passionate about supporting Christian educators like you. Looking for more inspiration and practical strategies you could use today? Subscribe now wherever you get your podcasts. Brought to you by BJU Press.